Welcome, Sally.
Hi, Gary.
Good. This is an unusual environment for you. There's microphones sitting up there and camera people and everything else. And the lights are dimmed for a particular reason. And that's because you had a brain injury due to an accident 6 years ago.
Yes.
Tell me about the accident. Was it, I don't know much about it. Was it a car accident? Did you fall someplace? Or?
It was an automobile accident. My dad was in the passenger seat. He passed. And my mom was driving. And my daughter and I were in the very back. And I was the one that had the worst injury besides Dad passing. And then my daughter was severely injured, my husband. So the three of us were in intensive care. But Zachary and my mom, they were bruised up, but they did not need to be hospitalized.
Okay. Zachary's your son?
Zachary's my son.
Yeah, okay. All right. But since then, there was a brain injury involved as a result of the accident.
Yes,
and
yes.
among other things, there's a light sensitivity. Yes?
Going into a grocery store, going into a department store is very challenging.
Because there's lots of people, lots of lights, lots of
A
noise.
lot
It's an overwhelm thing.
Yes.
Okay.
I get overstimulated extremely easy.
Yes. Okay. Before we came in here, we had you walk up and down the hall, and there was a pattern on the carpet that really got to you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
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 Just let me know what's happening, okay?
Oh,
Do what you can do.
well, I get the vertigo really sets in, and
Tell me about what's going on in your body.
my head is spinning. It's vertigo. It's I just feel a sensation all over.
Okay.
Very overwhelming. Now, if you really want to see the difference, if I drop my walking stick and try to walk through here,
Do you want to do it without me?
yes, and I can actually take my.
Well, take care of yourself. you know?
Yes, I'm not going to fall over, but you'll be able to see that. Oh gosh.
You're Wobble City, and I mean,
Yes.
something like you'd been drinking too much.
Yes. And I hadn't had anything, honest.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully with a little EFT, we'll take the edge off of that or do something with it, but we'll have to see, okay? That's our goal here anyway.
It's exciting.
Okay, so what have the doctors told you, anatomically? I mean, there's an injury to a certain part of the brain, and that's why this. I mean, can you fill me in on that?
Yes. What he did tell me is that I have no balance in the left side. I have people have balance. They pick up the information on both their left and right side, and that's what keeps them stable.
Mm-hmm.
And he has strongly encouraged me to use something to enhance, like the walking stick, to compensate for the lack of balance that I have coming from my left side of my body.
Okay. Well, we come at this from a little different approach. I'm not a doctor. I've never been to medical school, and if somebody put your brain out on the table and started showing me stuff, I'd probably yawn because I don't have the background to understand what they were telling me. We have a little different. I mean, you've had an injury to your body, and in the most simplistic of ways, if you allow me to be simplistic, as far as I'm concerned, if you've had an injury, your body tends to heal it.
Mm-hmm.
If you cut yourself, as long as you don't keep cutting yourself, okay, it'll tend to heal. Sprain your ankle, it'll tend to heal. If you have, food poisoning, you'll have some distress, but it'll tend to heal. Now, as far as I'm concerned, if you have a brain injury, it will tend to heal, unless something is in the way. Now, if we had a physician here with their training, they may tell me I'm full of beans, and maybe I am. But that's the approach we're going to use, right, wrong, or otherwise, okay? So we're going to look at emotional stuff. We're also going to do some tapping about, the healing of the injury itself and so
Okay.
on. And we're just going to see what happens, okay?
I'm open to the possibilities.
Okay. So if you would, tap right along here with me and say, even though I feel this pressure
Even though I feel this pressure
up here in my head,
I
deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Maybe it's a physical pressure.
Maybe it's a physical pressure.
Maybe it's an emotional pressure.
Maybe it's an emotional
Maybe it's a combination.
Maybe it's a combination.
Who knows?
Who knows?
But it's a 7.
It's a 7.
And I feel it right now.
And I feel it right now.
Okay, this pressure,
This pressure.
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 and this pressure.
This pressure.
Just check out, just quickly, is it still a 7? If it is, fine. Is it 8? Did it move up or down?
Before we first started, before we actually started tapping, I would say it moved up to an 8.
Uh-huh.
But right now it feels like a 6.
Like a 6?
Yeah, it's like it's. Can we do that again?
Well, yeah. Well, hey, how good are you at begging?
Oh.
Yeah, let's give it a shot. Even though I still have some of this pressure.
Even though I still have some of this pressure.
And it went down a little bit.
And it went down a little bit.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
Magic.
Magic.
Remaining pressure.
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 Okay, check it out. Are we still at a 6?
No, we're lower.
Well, estimate a number.
I would say like 4.
Like 4.
That's amazing.
Okay. You've had this pressure before?
Yeah.
Is it like there all the time, every day, or just shows up once in a while?
It's pretty consistent. It's not as high as a 7 all the time, but it's pretty consistent.
Okay, when was the last time you can remember? I mean, is being at a level 4 unusual?
No.
So you've been there before?
Yes.
Okay. Even though I still have some of this pressure.
Even though I still have some of this pressure.
And supposedly it's anatomically caused.
And supposedly it's anatomically caused.
I mean, there's some physical thing in my brain.
There's some physical thing in my brain.
Or my body that's causing it.
Or my body that's causing it.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Okay. I deeply, completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept
and
myself.
I honor everybody else's opinions.
And I honor everybody else's opinions.
But sometimes they should keep them to themselves.
And sometimes they should keep them to themselves.
Not that they're wrong.
Not that they're wrong.
But that they may influence me inappropriately.
That they may influence me inappropriately.
Okay. Top of your head. This remaining pressure.
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 And this remaining
This
pressure.
remaining pressure.
Okay, check it out. Are we still a 4?
No.
Well,
No.
estimate a number.
A 2.
A 2.
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask you the same question. Does it get down to a 2? When's the last time it was a 2 you can recall? Has that happened with some regularity?
No.
Rare?
Yes.
So we're in, I'm just trying to put perspective so I understand.
Yes.
We are in right now a somewhat unusual circumstance for you. There's a number of film people out here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's
Yes.
some lights on you and so on. So there's reason for overwhelm.
Yes.
It's, what time is it? It's about 10:45 in the morning, so it's beyond you just waking up.
Yes.
So I don't want to put words in your mouth. I want you to give me accuracy if you would.
Okay.
Under these circumstances, is 2 an unusual?
Very unusual.
Okay.
It's very unusual to be at a 2 with the stimulation, the stimuli, whatever, around me.
Okay.
Yes, very unusual.
This environment is or is not something that would typically cause you this overwhelm that you feel so often?
Yes, it would definitely cause the overwhelm.
On a scale of 0 to 10, how overwhelmed do you feel at the moment?
Right at this moment?
Yeah.
A 2.
A 2. That's coincident
After-
with the pressure.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do a little more tapping. Even though I still have some of this pressure,
Even though I still have some of this
I
pressure.
deeply, completely accept myself.
I deeply and completely accept myself.
It's just a physical sign
It's just a physical sign.
of something.
Of something.
And I honor my body for giving whatever sign it is.
And I honor my body for giving whatever sign it is.
Okay, this remaining pressure.
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 Check it out. Is it still a 2? 0?
Oh, yeah, I would say.
Okay. What I'd like to do is two things right now. One, I'd like to have Gary and Donna, where one of them come up and put the brainwave headband on you.
I'm sorry, this is just, I feel like crying because this is just...
Well, crying's not permissible unless you really want to do it.
It's just amazing.
Okay. Well, you can go ahead and talk about that while she's putting that on. Is that okay?
Talk at the same time.
Wow, I'm sorry. It's okay. To be able to get such a relief and so quickly is just... it's just amazing.
Well, maybe brains heal. Maybe.
I believe anything's possible.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Gary and Don are over here over my right shoulder, and you guys may just want to interrupt time to time if you see something that's worth mentioning.
I just want to let you know, Sally, that you have some beautiful brainwaves here. So
She can't really see it from where she's sitting.
You have like 4 different colors going on, and they're waving nicely.
Okay.
Means you have a brain, I think.
That's awesome.
Now, but I want to just kind of ease into this because there's all this delayed reaction and so on.
Okay.
And it's all kind of brand new to you. So I'm going to kind of stand up here and I'm going to just kind of help you get up here. And we've got this, there's wires back here. Let me open them. Go ahead, Sam. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'd like to have you tell me on a scale of 0 to 10, how imbalanced do you feel? 10 is being the worst you've ever been, and 0 is nothing. Here, you can hold your stick if you want.
Probably 7.
A 7. Okay, stay on your stick. We're just going to do it. I'm going to do the tapping for you, okay?
Okay.
Even though I'm still imbalanced.
Even though I'm still imbalanced.
I forgive myself for any contribution I might have made to this.
I forgive myself for any contribution I may have made to this.
I know I didn't contribute to the accident.
I know I didn't contribute to
At least
the
I don't
accident.
think I did.
I don't think I did.
How would I know anyway?
I don't know.
Okay. But if just in case I contributed to it,
Just in case I did contribute to it,
I forgive myself for
I
it.
forgive myself.
And I forgive anyone else
And I forgive
who may have
anyone
contributed to it.
who may have contributed to it.
Other drivers,
Other drivers.
other people involved in the accident,
Other people involved. in
doctors
accident.
maybe,
Doctors
lawyers maybe,
Lawyers maybe.
other people,
Other people.
things people may have said to me,
What things people may have sent to me.
beliefs I may have about what is or isn't possible.
Beliefs that I may have about what is or is not possible.
Okay. I let all that go.
I let all that go.
Okay. Forgiveness in my balance.
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 Okay, you look a little steadier to me. How are you doing?
I want to give you up.
Accepted, my dear.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh.
Well, are we still like, I forgot, was it like a 2? Was that what it was?
I gotta put this down because I just can't believe this.
Okay.
Yay!
So you have no balance problem at the moment?
I don't feel any. This is amazing. Huh? This is just amazing.
Well, why don't you, let's just do a little test, but do it slowly, okay? And
Okay.
that is just turn around. That's the kind of thing that might make some people dizzy, but do it
Yes.
very slowly, okay?
Okay. And you're going to be here in case.
I'm just going to stand right here. How's this, okay?
Okay.
Is that okay?
This is amazing.
All right.
This is amazing.
So you have no balance problem with that?
No.
Okay. I want to do another little test, so I'm going to put this down here for a minute.
Okay. Wow. I think you can even let go. I'll just hold your hand.
Okay. All right. How far up are we? Okay. So I've heard your skirt.
I could.
Can you do a jumping jack?
I don't know.
Why don't you try it?
Oh, will I knock anything over? I haven't been able to do a jumping jack in 10 years.
No balance?
I didn't fall down.
No, I can tell it. What's going on with the brainwave?
Just a lot of joy right now.
Okay.
This is exciting.
Okay, I tell you what. We can go try that. I think we're at a point now where, because we're going to do more with you.
Okay.
We're at a good point here just to stop. We can stop this process now, and then we can go outside and walk on the carpet and see what happens. We're going to do a little running or make that attempt, but why don't just run in place for a second, can you?
This is amazing.
Is that okay?
Yeah,
you're not ready to fall or anything?
No.
It's like you were 10 years ago or something?
Yeah, I used to jog a long time before the accident. And to even be able to lift my feet 1 foot off the ground at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, and I'm not falling over and I can stop.
Well, we've got a little courtyard here. Why don't you show off your stuff?
Okay.
And do a little jogathon, huh?
Okay. Dr. Perkins and Dr. Juvan, watch this. You're going to be amazed. And I can stand on a walking stick and I'm not swaying. And I can even do the... Isn't this amazing?
One of the drunk things. Okay, even though I'm
35%.
I'm 35% less stable.
35% less stable on my...
Standing on my left foot. Even though I'm 10% more balance problem on my left foot.
Even though I have 10% balance problem on my left foot.
Instead of 35.
Instead of 35.
So listen up, toes.
Listen up, toes.
Time to get used to it.
Time to get used to it.
Join the party.
Join the party.
I tried again.
Wow.
Is there any coke with it?
No.
All right. I'm up on my foot.
I did it.
I know you did it.
I got to do the other one?
Yeah.
Okay, if I'm going to fall, I'm going to fall this way, so I'm on this side. Oh my gosh.
Is that a wrap or what?
Of course, I think of my husband saying, how could that, scientifically, how does that work? I don't know. I don't know how it works, but all I can tell you is that once an issue is surfaced and you feel the emotion in your body somewhere, anywhere. It might be through tears. It might be through something tightening. It might be through a color you see or whatever. You feel it. And through the tapping, you tend to experience it. And all of a sudden, it just seems to release itself. And the amazing thing is we can do this ourselves. What a wonderful therapy that you can actually do it yourself.